Happy Wednesday. I hope that you are having a great day and that you had a great day yesterday. We are going to continue to talk about comparing fractions. So you need your yellow fraction paper and you need your paper from yesterday, and I need you to turn to road sign number 4. So when you have your yellow paper of fractions and you have road sign number 4, we are ready to rock and roll. So today we are going to look at Tasty Tacos, which is 4/6 of a mile away, and Noodles and More, which is 5/12 of a mile away. So using your yellow paper, we are going to find the sixths and we're going to find the 12ths. And I need 4/6, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6. So I'm going to color that in. And I need 5/12, 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, 5/12. And I'm going to color that in. Now I'm going to use the same exact thing like I did with my yellow paper, and I'm going to actually draw my picture. So I'm going to come to where it says draw the fraction tile model of each fraction. So the first one I have are my sixths, and then I also have my 12ths, and I know I need 4/6, so I'm going to color in 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, and I know I need 5/12, so I'm going to color in 5/12, 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, 5/12. And like we've been talking about, we are going to label our fractions. So I'm going to label this one as 4/6, and I'm going to label this one as 5/12. Now with this model, I'm able to see that 4/6 is greater than 5/12 because it takes up more space. Or I could also say that 5/12 is less than 4/6 because it takes up less space. But I'm going to prove it another way with my number line. So I'm going to come to my number line and I'm going to divide my first number line into 6 equal parts. So I have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, 6 parts. And I'm going to do the same thing for my 12ths. 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, 6 parts, 7 parts, 8 parts, 9 parts, 10 parts, 11 parts, 12 parts. And I'm going to actually draw in my humps on the number line. So I have 1 hump, so that's 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, and finally 4/6, and I'm going to label it. And then I'm going to do my 12ths, 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, 5/12, and I'm going to label it. And again, I'm able to see that 4/6 is longer or goes farther than 5/12, or 5/12 is shorter than 4/6 because it doesn't go as far. The other way I can do this is with my common denominator, and Miss Belts made a mistake yesterday, so I'm very sorry. So for today, we're going to do it the right way. So whenever I find my common denominator, I'm still going to skip count. But you'll notice that for our numerator, we skip count by whatever our numerator was. So we had 4s here, so I'm going to skip count by 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. And for my denominator, I'm going to skip count by my denominator, which is 6. So I'm going to say 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my second fraction. So for my second one, I'm going to make my numerators skip count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And for my bottom number, I'm going to skip count by 12s. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. Now, we are still going to look for the ones that have the same denominators, the same bottom numbers. So whenever I look, oh, I can see that this one has 12ths and this one has 12ths. And that tells me that 8/12 is greater than 5/12. And if I relate that to what I have over here, that still helps me see that 4/6 is greater than 5/12. So I'm able to write my comparison statements, and I'm going to write it both ways. I'm going to say that 4/6 is greater than 5/12, and 5/12 is less than 4/6. So now I'm able to answer my question for which restaurant is farther. I want to know which one takes up more space, or on the number line, which one goes the farthest, the longest. And I'm able to see that that is 4/6, and 4/6 is Tasty Tacos. So I'm going to write Tasty Tacos on the line. Make sure you have all of this information on your page before we move to the next question. All right, looking at our next question, we are going to compare Cowabunga, which is 1/5 of a mile, and Billy's Barbecue, which is 1/4 of a mile. So again, I'm going to use my yellow paper, and I'm going to find 1/5, and I'm going to find 1/4, and I'm going to color them in. So here's 1/4, and here is 1/5, and I'm able to see, just like we talked about whenever I was with you guys on Monday, that 1/4 is greater than 1/5 because it takes up more space. but I can also say that 1/5 is less than 1/4 because it takes up less space. So I'm going to actually draw my picture. So I'm going to come where it says draw the fraction tile model of each fraction. I'm going to have my fourths, and I'm going to draw it from one end of the box to the next end of the box with 4 equal parts. And I'm going to have draw my fifths. Again, I'm going to start at one end of the box and go to my other end of the box, and I'm going to have 5 equal parts for my fifths. And I need 1/4 and 1/5, so I'm going to color in 1/4, and I'm going to color in 1/5, and I'm able to see that 1/4 has more space than 1/5, but I have to always make sure to label, so I'm going to label my fractions. So this is 1/4 and this is 1/5. And again, I can say that 1/4 is greater than 1/5, or 1/5 is less than 1/4. Now I showed it this way, but I'm going to show it another way with my number line. So I'm going to come to my number line, and I'm going to show that this one is broken into fourths and that this one is broken into fifths. So if I have fourths, I'm going to have 3 lines, which is going to give me my 4 equal parts: 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. And if I have fifths, I'm going to have 4 lines, which is going to give me 5 of my spaces. So I have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and finally 5/5. Now I'm going to actually draw my hops on my number line. So I'm going to draw 1/4, and I'm going to label my number line, and I'm going to draw 1/5, and then I'm going to label my number line. So I'm able to once again see that 1/4 is greater than 1/5, or it takes up more space, or it goes a little bit farther. So 1/4 goes farther than 1/5, or 1/5 does not go as far as 1/4. Now I'm going to do my common denominator. So I'm going to skip count by my numerator first. So for Cowabunga, I'm going to skip count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for my denominator, I'm going to skip count by 5s. 5, 10, oops, sorry, I did my 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Now I'm going to do my next one, which is for Cowabunga. So I'm going to skip count by ones for my numerator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to skip count by 5s for my denominator of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Then I'm going to look, and find the one that is the same denominator. Do you see which one it is? I hope so. So our denominator is the same with our 20ths. And I'm able to see that 5/20 is greater than 4/20 because it goes farther and my numbers are bigger. If I both have 20 and 20, I know that 5 is greater than 4. So for my fractions, 5/20 is more than 4/20. So I know that my fourths, 1/4 was greater than 1/5. So I'm going to write my comparison statement over here. And I'm going to write it both ways. So 1/4 is greater than 1/5. And I can also say that 1/5 is less than 1/4. And I can finally answer my question for which restaurant is closer. So which one took up less space or did not go as far? I'm able to see that that is 1/5 with all of my representations, and 1/5 was Cowabunga. So I'm going to write Cowabunga on the line. Make sure you have everything filled in before you move to your next activity. Keep working hard. I'm proud of all the work you guys did yesterday. I know you're doing amazing things today, and I will see you on the video tomorrow.